What's up, Internet? It's Reject here, and this is my post-geek out. I know you're probably wondering, well, this is a new member to the Reject crew. Rowlett. We're just putting back here. Don't worry, both you're still my favorite. Well, here's what I want to tell you guys, is this. I just got done reading the Tom King Vision Vision comic book, sorry. I always call them the Vision family. I decided, here's my spoiler warning, because I might spoil something, I don't know. I started reading this comic when it started out with all new, all different Marvel, and it was interesting, but not really my thing. A buddy of mine kept reading it, and he told me, read the next issue. And sure enough, the next issue was Vision's wife killing the Reaper after he mortally wounded her daughter, mortally wounded Vision's daughter, and traumatized his son. So, that really got my interest in there. And Tom King, if you did not know, he's a horror writer. He's best known for horror. Only bad part is he's not going to continue the series, but he bundled it up pretty good. He's now working with DC and Batman, and I'm actually liking the series of Batman now. Well, basically what happened was, after that, Vision's wife sort of has a couple problems. It's explained later on, in sort of a zero issue, as I like to call it, that Vision used the brainwaves. Similar to how Vision was formed, Vision was used with Power Man's brainwaves to cause his brain to activate using the body of the original Human Torch, which was an android who couldn't light himself on fire. What happened after that was, well, the Vision. He got with Scarlet Witch, similar to what we see in Civil War movie. And yeah. But here's the strange thing was, they broke up after a while, after some crazy thing with Mephisto. I wasn't around during this time, I sort of got the synopsis of it all. They got married, they moved to Jersey, they had 2 kids, which was pretty weird. It was through Wanda's magic, Scarlet Witch's magic. Then you find out it's part of Mephisto, and then those two formed together, and they sort of broke up. The beginning of All New, All Different, Vision, for the zero issue of it, the true zero issue of it, it was shown that Vision wiped his memory because he kept having these weird memories pop up. Then he decides he'll move to Washington, start a family, and by that I mean DC is like right outside of DC, and decides that he'll start his own family. Well, for his wife, he uses the brainwaves of Scarlet Witch, who gave them to him after they broke up. And that's the crazy thing is, if you guys did not read House of M, basically what happened, Scarlet Witch went crazy again, and she rewrote all of Marvel's history. Everyone got their wish, and at the very end of it, she decided to say no more mutants. Which caused there to be only 192 mutants in the world, while the others were depowered. That's my sum up. That's how I get the starting of this. So, she has a mental problem in her own self. They've had things where they fixed it. Well, not really fixed it, she's dealing with it. Okay? Sorry, I don't want to fall off. Well, what happens next is simply amazing after that. Vision's wife tries to stop... Basically, she tries to cover up everything. Guy catches on to it. And he's also the father of her daughter, Viv. Basically her crush, her high school crush. What happens is, she goes to confront him, tries to stop him. He pulls a gun on her. Fires at him. Well, all of Vision's family members have the same power as Vision. So she lets the bullet phase through her, but it ends up hitting his son. And then when the father claims that he will get her for the murder, and also for the murder of her son, she punches him while densifying her body to the crystallization of a diamond, the density of a diamond, and just kills him. Murder goes on. Vision tries covering for it, which was pretty strange while reading this, because Vision cannot really lie. He's an android. He's a synthezoid, sorry. But he doesn't lie in the comics. He doesn't cover up anything. Which I thought was weird, which drew me in more. And it had this eerie Bates Motel Psycho feel to it, a slow build-up. Well, not Bates Motel, sorry, that show still got crappy. Let's all admit it. It had a weird cycle feel to it, and this is where Tom King's horror expertise comes in. It was amazing. I bought all the issues up to 12, and that's his final issue. And it's found out that their son gets killed by Vision's quote-unquote brother, Victor Machina, who was another creation of Ultron to look more human than Vision. Long story about him. I can't cover that whole thing in that time, and I've never read the Runaway comics. The Runaways. So that's where his whole history's in. Well, what comes next is simply amazing. Vision goes on a complete rage, which is completely out of his nature. He is usually pacifist. He's like Yoda. He says, shit, Bulbasaur. Sorry about that. He's okay. But no, what happens is, he fights the Inhumans and the Avengers. Oh man, it was so cool. It showed glimpses of it, but kept flashing back to his wife having a malfunction in her. Starting to show she's going psycho. Usually you see in movies where their emotions... He did it very interestingly. Alright, you know how when your computer starts skipping or a CD starts skipping, it's damaged? It will keep repeating, it'll skip. She'd all of a sudden be talking and say, yes, I'm your mother. Yes, I'm your mother. She'd skip, and it was... You didn't know if it was a problem with their programming that they were going to fix, but it gave this eerie feel to her. I don't know about you guys, but usually for comics, it's sort of hard to get that slow build up, first, not knowing anything's wrong with her. First, you're thinking, okay, she's just protecting her family. And there's something wrong with her, but you don't think she's going to do it again. Then you find out, oh man, she's gone crazy. At the very end of it all, after Vision takes down the Avengers, and also Scarlet Witch, his wife shows up in the cell of the guy who killed their son. And she phases through him and rips out his heart. But she started going crazy because right when he's fighting it, you kept having a flashback. And I missed this part. That's why I'm recapping back to when Vision's fighting the Avengers. She tells her daughter, I killed your crush. The one you had a crush on. By fault for me phasing through a bullet. And technically, yeah, because you're thinking about the same person who can densify themselves enough so the bullet would just hit her and do nothing. Well, her daughter gets mad at her, and the wife goes crazy. The daughter breaks the table, and the wife sees the dog that Vision made for his kids, and she kills him. She flat out kills the dog just because she's pissed off because she ticked off her daughter. And it was simply amazing. You see her break, and all of a sudden it occurs. It was like a movie. Seriously, if they ever make a Vision movie, just take this comic, those 12 issues, and put it in there. Make a horror film out of that, superhero horror. Shoot, it would have been awesome. The very end, she takes a flower that Scarlet Witch gave Vision, that the dog ate, out of his stomach and consumed it again. And this flower had the magical property of showing the future. And she saw, after she kills the guy, she has that Vision will destroy everything. So what she does, she goes to the prison cell, rips out his heart, continuing what you think is going to be the end of all, the what if story. What if Vision killed the Marvel Universe? That would be awesome, though. And then, at the very end, you see her sit down at the house. She consumes water from this vase that will kill her. It's poisonous for this certain reason. It was given to them. When they got married, they got a whole bunch of weird gifts. If you want to read the comic, I'm not going to explain all of them. But they had this floating vase made out of water. Couldn't put anything in there because it would kill anything. She drank it. Sat down, started calling the cops, said, hey, I did this. The reason why my husband, he wasn't covering for me, I reprogrammed his memories so he would believe that I was home. I reprogrammed him to think that he should attack the Avengers so I can kill the man who killed my son. And she uploads her memory to the software. Right when Vision comes home, he's talking to her and he says, Faze, please don't kill yourself, don't die. I can't live without you, da-da-da. Same stuff you usually see in those movies. Pretty big cliche. Well, she ends up dying. She tells him, I'm sorry for what I did. but I decided I should save the world once. You've saved the world 27 times, I should save the world once. She does that, and then you see the next issue is Scarlet Witch talking to Viv, and sort of acting like the mother figure that she needs now, because she is a 17-year-old girl who does need a mother in life. I mean, it's pretty clear about that. She just had her mom die. She needs someone in there to show her what to do, besides just having her father, because her father wants her to be better than her. Be more human, so why not have a human there? The dog's back alive. Vision repaired him, brought him back to life. He wasn't beyond repair. And sort of classic movie end, Nightmare on Elm Street ending, where all of a sudden it's, oh, everything's fine. She says, don't worry, I'm okay. I don't need to look normal. I just had the weirdest thing happen. No one's going to think I'm normal. Who cares about that? Blah, blah, blah. And she leaves for school. Well, Vision walks in his house, goes to a certain area, clicks a button on the wall. The floor's open. And he's rebuilding his life, which is the creepiest ending ever. I really wish it would continue, but like I said, Tom King's working for Batman now. So they summed up this whole comic in 12 issues, just like a horror film, and it was simply amazing. We didn't know what was going on at the beginning. I didn't. I read the first issue, I'm like, I'm sure people will love this, but I'm not big into this. And oh my god, it was so great. It was amazing just how they portrayed everything. I know I said this would be a quick video, but here's the thing. It's hard to explain that to everyone. If you guys want to read this comic, go to Marvel.com, buy the digital issues, or go to your retailer and see, hey, do you have the Vision issues? Most likely not, because it's a one-time story made by a pretty popular writer. And by the announcements I've seen through everything, it doesn't look like it's going to continue that much. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to have that many issues out there. So go to a digital retailer, Comixology, Marvel.com. I usually use Marvel.com and buy them there, because you can get some deals sometimes. You won't get it on this one, it's too new. But just get it and start. You can read the whole thing. You can buy the collection on there, which is a little bit more expensive, but over time it will. For the first time, it's okay to buy it if it's pretty new. If it's not, here's my tip to you guys if you're buying comics online. If it's a couple years old, like say Marvel Now era, the original Marvel Now, not the one that's happening now, or even new issues or even old issues from their starting period, don't buy the bundle, because those don't really drop down. Buy the older issues, you'll save some money, but it seems like you're spending more, but you're saving money. So, if you want to read this comic, go read it. It's amazing. And I'll probably continue doing this just with comics that are appeal to me, or may appeal to other people. Just because the way these comics continue is through us buying them and reading them. If no one reads them, no one's really going to want to do it. Similar to Doc Green. Marvel Now sort of dropped down the fan base of Marvel fans, and what it appears what happened was Doc Green was one of the people that hit the end of there. So they started with all new, all different. We're just going to get a new Hulk and, just have Bruce Banner be human, while not ending the story of Doc Green. So I want to help you guys out. I want to help out the comic community by saying this. If you guys want to read these comics, go out there. It will help a bit more, and maybe we'll get more comics like this, but I'm just giving my geek out after reading Vision. So guys, see you later. Hasta la vista. Make sure to be excellent to each other and stay geeky.